Everyone, thank you so much. I think firstly, I've not had this opportunity, but firstly, let me thank you all for subscribing to my Instagram handle. I think this is a great encouragement for me to keep doing a lot of work, keep bringing you some of my processing workflow that can help you probably pop out your images or bring the best out of your images that you shoot in the field. As of now, I think we are limited to Lightroom and processing, etc. I think over a period of time, as we grow along, we will definitely try and get into some photography, camera related content as well. But so far, thank you so much for being a part of this journey. Excited to have you guys around and learn together, right? A few days back, I think I had posted an image of a tiger walking head on, the image that is in front of you right now. And this is the actual image, right? So let me reset this image. Yeah, this is the actual image. Let me zoom this to about 100%. Okay. Now you see this image is an extremely noisy image, and this was shot at ISO 8000 even with the shutter speed of 1 by 250. So you can imagine the light condition, right? It was pretty dark, and this was shot wide open at 2.8 at 400 mm. I remember I was shooting on manual plus auto ISO. My ISO is capped at 8000, and it hit the cap, right? So I tried to bring down the shutter speed to kind of manage the ISO, but I could no longer go below 1 by 250 if I were to get a decent image. And mind you, to get this angle, I was holding my camera outside of the gypsy with both my hands, half my body hanging out, trying to get this lower angle, right? So let's try and work this. I think, as promised, I want to show you how you can make an ISO 8000 image look like an ISO 200, ISO 400 kind of an image without using any third-party softwares, right? So this is what we will aim at achieving today. So let's get started. Mind you, I am not going to spend too much time on the regular processing workflow because those videos are already there under the subscription tab, and you can go and watch that video anytime that you want to. But let's get started, right? So the first thing that I would do is change my color profile. I always shoot camera standard in my camera, and I would always like to have it that way. Let me try and see. Okay, auto says it's already straightened, but let me align the eyes a bit. Yeah, and then crop it to what I like, right? So I will go with what Instagram allows me to do. And then I think we have constraint cropped. Okay, we are ready with the photo. Now let's zoom in. We've cropped in, so obviously the noise should look a little more enhanced, right? But this is what it is. Quickly getting to the white balance. I'll do some basic. I'll run through basic edits and then show you how we correct noise the way we do it, right? So that's that. Fit the image, white balance looks okay, exposure is fine. Let us quickly run through everything. Okay, adjusting the whites and the blacks just to bring out some contrast. Without doing now too much here, I think it's important to get back and come to the detail panel, because this is where we will spend time today, right? How do we make sure that we get rid of all this noise and we still have a sharper image? And mind you, I am not using any third-party software. There are a lot of third-party softwares, a lot of people promoting a lot of these softwares, but you don't need to spend your money on all of that if you get to know how to use what you already have, right? So under the detail panel, you will see noise reduction. And under noise reduction, there are two options. There is a manual noise reduction, and then there is an AI-based denoise option. We are today going to focus largely on the AI-based denoise function. We are not going to use manual noise reduction. And once you use the AI-based denoise, and trust me, you would not want to go back to the manual noise reduction anymore. But before you do that, it's important to add a little bit of sharpening to your image, right? So what I've done is I've taken this box, the view box, and placed it on the eye, and I just want to measure how sharp. I'm not sure if you're able to see this in the video, but I can make out a stark difference here in terms of the sharpness changing, right? So I've put it to about 80, but what happens is, you see here what happens, let me reset this, and you see, okay, and then let me go back to 80, right? So your noise also increases as you increase sharpening. So therefore, you have this fourth slider which is called masking. Now what we do here is simple. Hold down the Alt or Option key depending on what laptop/Mac you're using. Okay, click on the masking slider and you will notice that your image has turned black and white. Now the whites are where the sharpness is impacting, and the blacks are the areas unaffected by the sharpness that you are applying, right? So keep moving the slider till you get to an area of balance where you are not compromising too much on the whites, but at the same time you're not letting the noise be more on the background, right? So I think 66, 63, 65 looks okay to me. Yes, there is some noise which we will treat separately in multiple steps, but I think this to me is okay. Now let's zoom into 100%. Yeah, the sharpness looks good. The noise is reduced, but there is still considerable amount of noise, right? Now is the magic. We come to denoise. And the AI is working its magic. It's already done its magic. Now if you see, this is before enhancing and this is after the AI has done what it has to do, right? Let us zoom out. You click on this magnifying negative icon here and you get back to your image. Now check out the areas at the edges, right? So let's look here. Yeah, because you have a lot of fur detail here, but yeah, it is okay. Let us try and so again here you'll have to play with this slider to ensure that you don't do this, right? Otherwise your entire image looks like a painting. Now you see this, right? You see what happens to the image? All the details are gone, right? So go back to the area and try and bring this back till you get to an area where you know that your noise is reducing considerably, but you're not compromising on the sharpness. There's no fixed number to this, right? So this will vary from an image to image. Okay, I think this looks good at 34. You will see that there are two other boxes: raw details and super resolution. Super resolution is basically an AI method to increase the size of the file, etc. I'm not a great fan of this one. And then you have the raw details, right? So the raw details, if you uncheck and then you click on denoise, it will automatically take raw details. It's a good thing because then it maintains the raw information in the image. Now once I click on enhance, it will take 50 seconds to create a DNG file, right? DNG, don't worry, DNG is an Adobe digital negative, which is Adobe equivalent to raw, right? Adobe's raw format rather, and this becomes another additional file which you can further edit on. So I click on enhance now and let Adobe work its magic, right? So I think this is one step of doing it, one way of doing it. If your images are not as noisy as what you just saw, then just by doing this you are able to bring out the best in your images. And if your images are noisier than this or as much as this, then there are a couple of more techniques that I will show you. Simple tricks, no rocket science. We have the DNG file created here, right? Let us go to 100% zoom and you see that this already looks very good, right? Now what we do here is the magic. We go to the masking panel. Now we'll start adjusting this locally, right? Let's click on the background first. Let's select the background. Okay, perfect selection of the background there. Great. I will just do some quick edits also here as we go along. I have darkened the background and then I go to the noise bit and I reduce noise gently. Okay, then create another mask and this time I do the reverse. I select subject, and with the subject selected, let us lighten the subject a bit. This is not important, okay? I'm just doing it because working on an image, I just want to ensure that the image also goes complete. I'm increasing the sharpness slightly here, maybe a touch of texture, and that's it, right? Here you have an image that was much noisier is now come down to this. Doesn't it look like an ISO 400 image? Let me know in the comments below if you like this and you would like to see more content coming out of Lightroom workflow, right? If there is anything in particular that you would want me to cover, do mention it in the comments and I will try my level best to bring out a solution to any of the areas that you're struggling with, right? Thank you so much. Meet you next time with another video very soon, and take care. Thank you. Bye.